Hello everyone, welcome to Shad Runs. I am Coach Shad, and today we are going to do a gear review on the Coros Apex Pro.
Like, what the hell is that?
So I just want to remind everybody that anything I do for any sort of shoe reviews or gear reviews is entirely my own opinion. I pay my own money for all these things, which is why I don't do very many reviews, because I don't have a lot of money. But it was time for me to get a new watch. My old watch was just having, it still worked, but it was definitely having some issues. So I saved up and was able to buy me a new watch. And I did a lot of research ahead of time to see, where I wanted, what brand I wanted to go with, and now I do want to give a disclaimer that this is really only my third what I would consider a watch, a fitness watch of any sort. My very first one was a long time ago. I want to say it was a Samsung, version, one of their very first versions, I guess. That's kind of like the Apple iWatch, but it was just the Samsung's version of that. And then I upgraded and actually got myself a Garmin. I think it was the Garmin, I don't even remember what it was called now. Garmin HR something or other. I had it, it definitely wasn't the Forerunner series or any of that. But it worked good for me for about 4 years, until, just recently, where I could definitely tell I was having some issues with, it wasn't as accurate as it used to be for the distance. My pace was off, I'm guessing because it was just, the same reason why I was having problems with the distance, probably not being able to connect with the satellite as well. A lot of that is probably because I'm living in a bigger city now, but even back in Montana, I noticed, up in the mountains and everything, it wasn't reading as good either. And so since I've been doing a lot of mountain running, and I wanted to make sure my next purchase was something that was good for not only keeping track of vertical, but also had a pretty good battery life and all that. And that's why I went with the Coros Apex Pro. So let's get into it. I'm a very tech savvy person, but I don't have the time to spend, really diving into what something can do. So when I look for a watch, I just wanted to do a few things. Record my runs, both vertical, time, all that kind of stuff. I want it to be able to do lap times if I'm doing a track workout. And the other thing is, something that's big for me, because I don't want to buy multiple watches, is that it can do some smartwatch activities, like, be able to receive notifications and stuff like that on my watch. I don't care about making a phone call on my watch. That's why I would never get an Apple, one of their Apple iWatches, because I do have an iPhone, so I could easily get something like that. But the Apple watches are not nearly as good as some of the fitness stuff, and since I don't need any of the other things that an Apple Watch can do, I don't care. That being said, so I am when it comes to watches, the more plug and play as it can be, the happier I am. Like I said, because I don't have the time to figure things out. If I can figure anything out if I can just poke around in it, or do a Google search and figure out how to do something, and as quick as I can. But I just most of the time just don't have the time to care to do it. So far, the accuracy seems to be spot on. I can pretty much tell what kind of pace I'm running anymore, and this seems to be spot on with my pace. I haven't done a lot of mountain runs with it yet, but from just doing the around here, it seems to be really accurate for the vertical gain as well. I receive notifications fine on it, all that kind of stuff. This watch is really fancy compared to, it can do a lot more than what I have it doing right now. And so because of that, it does, there's a lot of things, like I said, that I haven't figured out how to do, don't even know what it can do, really. But it does take a couple extra steps to do some things that, like my old Garmin, was easy to do. 2 buttons, 2 pushes of the button, and, I was good to go. This, sometimes it's a little more in-depth because of the fact that it can do so much more. It does take a couple extra steps to do some of the stuff that my Garmin did. A simple thing like, with my Garmin, I was able to swipe up and down in order to get to, even like a stopwatch. This one, it's, you have to push a button, you have to spin the dial, all that kind of stuff in order to be able to get to the same thing. It just, so it's just little things like that. But, I can deal with that. I just think ahead, and it doesn't take a whole lot more time. It's just, because there's certain things that I don't use as much, I have to think about, okay, how do I do this again? Because, like I said, I've only had this watch for about 2 weeks now. I think it's a little less than 2 weeks, so it, I'm still getting used to it, and after time, I'll get it all figured out. So far, everything has been pretty positive with this watch. The one bad thing I have so far, which it probably, like I said, this isn't a big deal. It's probably something that it can do. I just haven't had the chance to figure out how to do it. Is with my Garmin, it auto-synced my activities, between the watch and my phone so that it could be uploaded into Strava. I didn't have to think about it. As soon as I was done with the deal, it would transmit the activity to my phone, which would automatically upload it into Strava. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just haven't spent the time to figure it out, but I poked around a little bit in the app on the phone to try and figure out how to do it. Couldn't figure it out really easy, so I just couldn't spend the time to do it. But I have to actually open up the app and sync the activity in order for it to go. And because I've never had to do that before, I don't think about that. But if you guys know a way of doing it, put it down in the comments, so I can figure that out and get it done. So that is the one thing, that's the only complaint I have on this watch so far. Everything else seems to be really good. Like I said, it seems to be really accurate, it's really durable. I have done not a whole lot of running with it so far. I think maybe total time, maybe 4 hours of running, but I have not charged this watch once since I charged it when I first got it. I have not charged it since then, And I still have 58% battery life on this watch, which is remarkable. So the analytics part of it does have the sensors on the backside for your heart rate, all that kind of stuff. It is supposedly will do like O2, what do you call it? Your oxygen levels, some of that stuff, your VO2, you know, that kind of metrics. I haven't dove into that yet. That is stuff that I do like to look at. I just haven't. I only do that when I'm in a training block, and I'm not really in a training block right now doing any speed work or VO2 training or you know, threshold training, that kind of stuff. So I haven't really dove into that. As far as the heart rate, it seems to be really accurate. You know, so I don't have any issues with that. It is a little bit bigger than what I'm used to, so it weighs a little bit more, but I haven't even noticed. So I really do like this watch so far. Some of the functionalities I do prefer over my Garmin. The backlight capabilities is really nice because it actually has a button where my old Garmin did not. Even though I do know some Garmins do have that, the one I had did not. And some of the other, you know, functionality of it is really nice. The data, because it does have a bigger screen, a lot of the data and stuff that I have set up on it right now for the watch face is actually, I like a lot better. So overall, very positive on this watch. I would, you know, recommend this watch to others if you can afford it. This is one of the more expensive watches, so I definitely had to save up for about 4 months in order for me to be able to purchase this watch. But if you do have the ability to do it, I highly recommend this watch. It is done fantastic for me so far. Complete night and day difference, like I said, between the accuracy of it and my old Garmin, which again, I just wanted to make a disclaimer, was a older Garmin and it wasn't you know, one of the Forerunner series. But I'm blown away by this watch so far. Hopefully I can figure out a lot of the, you know, the fanciness of it and be able to figure out, you know, what the true potential of this watch is and how I can better use it for my future training blocks when I start getting into a good training block. But, you know, I just got to spend time to actually do that. Well, everyone, that's my review of the Coros Apex Pro. Leave any comments down below. You know, if you have any questions, post them down in the comment section, and I will make sure to, you know, answer anything I can answer based upon my experiences so far with the watch. And I will see you guys on the next video. What are you doing? The whole time I'm trying to do a gear review and you're over here bringing your toys over trying to get me to play with you. Yes, you are a silly girl. Yeah.